Hello, everybody. Today I will talk to Łukasz Kownacki, Damian Knyba'S manager. Hello, Łukasz. How are you doing?
Hey guys, how are you guys? I'm
Łukasz,
doing good.
let's focus on Knyba because he will return to the ring in less than a couple of weeks. As we already know, Damian Knyba'S next opponent on the top-ranked card on December 9th will not be Scott Alexander, but instead Michael Polite Coffie. The first thing I would like to ask you is, why did Alexander withdraw from the fight?
We aren't aware 100% why he withdrew. I got the notification a few weeks ago, and Top Rank did what they had to do. They gave us a few options quickly, so we could have some different options of choice of opponents to take his spot. But there was no reason why he dropped out.
And how do you rate Coffie as a pro boxer?
I think he's a great he's a great test for Damian. But I think he is a good I wouldn't say he's at the top, but he's definitely a good journeyman gatekeeper. He definitely makes the guys who shouldn't be at that level well aware, and puts them in the spot they should be. And then he's not an easy person to get by as well. He's also, a little bit different type of guy that Damian's been since different type of style of fight since Damian's been fighting. He's definitely a taller, big, heavy guy. So I think it's going to be definitely a good test for Damian and Sean. I think they're going to be ready for it. So it's going to be a good step up for Damian.
Where did the idea chance to fight Coffie stem from, and why him? Because he lives in Florida, that's why it's going to be something like better for local fans.
No, I think it was just we got a couple of names from a top ranks matchmaker, Brad Goodman. He's been doing it for many years. Hall of Famer, so he knows what he's doing. He gave us a few different options, and together we decided that this is the best route for us right now.
Damian Knyba has been in the United States since October, and he's preparing for his upcoming fight. How do you rate Damian's partnership with his current trainer, Sean George, so far?
I think it's definitely they're still working together. We wish we had more time. They could kind of build that relationship and chemistry, but they are it is going very well. Damian's very happy with it. He's enjoying the whole process and the level he's going up. And Sean loves to work with Damian. He believes in him. He's aware of his skills and his talent, and he thinks he has great potential to go really far. So I think it's a great partnership. We just have to be patient and let time reveal everything for it.
This will be the last of Damian's 3 fights in 2023. I know maybe it's too early to ask, but let me ask you, how would you initially sum up this year in terms of Damian's development?
It was different type of style of fights, a lot of southpaws, which a lot of people aren't comfortable taking. We stood up to the test with a new trainer, and then southpaws getting the mix with proper sparring and work. We were able to take up the test, and he did what he had to do to get the wins. I think they weren't as I guess how can I say this, as he didn't make as much of a statement as he did with his first fight with Emilio Salas, but he did win almost every single round, and convincingly. Didn't show too many flaws. I think it was just more of things that he needs to improve on. That's why we're in the gym. That's why it's a new partnership with Sean, and we're hoping with time we can tweak those screws, and he'll get better over time.
Łukasz, tell me, next year can we expect Damians to fight guys like, for example, Carlos Negron, like a southpaw Steven Shaw, or fighters on similar level?
I think so. I think next year, we're focusing on what we have in front of us. It's not going to be an easy test, but this will definitely kind of guide us in the next steps. But we are planning, along with with this promoter, Top Rank, to step it up a little bit, to get higher on the cards, get better opposition, and maybe continue into the 10 rounders and higher. But we definitely are looking at opponents similar to the ones you named. Also, some other names within the top rank stable, which is very, very deep with the heavyweights now. So there's a lot of options. It's just we gotta take care of what we have in front of us, and then he's definitely gonna be moving up the stable in the heavyweight division.
What about the Guido Vianello? Is this possible? He's gonna be next opponent for Damian Knyba. I'm not talking about like next opponent in the next fight after fight against Coffie, but in next year this is possible.
We hope so. Maybe someone like Guido or someone else in similar style or similar ranking will be on the roster for next year. Maybe like mid of the year, end of the year. Like I said, it all depends on on how soon we could get Damian back here with Sean, his work with him, and then also what's it called? And also the outcome of this fight. I think this fight will really show us a lot.
Łukasz, let me ask you about Maciej Sulecki, because you are also his manager. And tell me just one thing, because Sulecki currently taking a break of boxing, from boxing, at least until the end of this year. What's your opinion about this?
I don't think he's really taking a break. He's still staying active. I think it's just a form of staying active for him. There is a lot of money to be made in that industry, which he's gonna be fighting in December. And if the opportunity is there for him, it is a way of being active. Building his brand, his name. Why not? He's definitely still never left boxing. He's still a contender out there. There's a lot of unknowns right now with the PBC and their next step with the television, and not as much fights are going on in New York with the bigger promoters as much as they used to be, and this is where he could bring the most fans. This is where he is most marketable, and we would love to have a show in New York against heavy someone like a Berlanga versus Sulecki in New York, or Carlos Adams in New York. Guys from New York that have a big following, along with someone like Maciej, who has a great big following of the Polish community here. I think we can make great, not only a great show, but Maciej is as he's shown in the past, he's always up there for the test. And I think with the team he has now, and the changes he's made around in his camp, I think he'll definitely show a new wind in his career.
Łukasz, you mentioned about the Carlos Adames. He fights in the 160 pounds division in middleweight. So is this possible? Maciej Sulecki moves down back to 160 pounds division to fight in this weight class?
He can fight in both. A lot of fighters are now going between that 160, 168. We even had someone go from 154 to 168. Charlo versus Canelo. He feels comfortable at 168. As definitely his age and everything like that taken into place, it's a little bit harder to make that weight cut. But he's definitely ready to take any test at that 160 level as well.
How can you sum up the Jermall Charlo performance on last Saturday against Jose Benavides?
I think I was surprised. I think he was actually going to perform a lot worse than he did. He did he had a huge layover. He was supposed to fight Sulecki during 2 years ago, but that didn't work out. And I guess they didn't want a tough opponent like Maciej for his comeback fight, which I don't blame them. But hopefully, maybe we could get back to the table and maybe revisit that fight. That'll be a great fight for both of them, I believe. But he definitely, he surprised me. He won almost every round pretty convincingly. So I think definitely, I thought it was gonna be a worse performance on his end. but he definitely showed that he's still in shape and still deserves to be on the top of the ladder.
Łukasz, another very important thing, on December 1st, you will put on an event in New York with Eryk Rachwal. What details can you share with us about this?
It's just Eryk being promoting the show and giving me a chance with some of these local guys to continuously give them a home here in New York where they could perform and gather experience. As I guys mentioned before, there's not as many New York shows not as many New York boxing shows around now. So these guys
since COVID,
yeah. So they aren't able to stay active. They aren't able to keep building their experience, and then getting these fights. So hopefully we'll be able to with Eryk and some of these other local promoters here develop a relationship where these guys could have a home where they could continually grow their skills and their talents, but as well as their brand and their fan base. So New York boxing does return on the bigger level where these big promoters will want to continue to grow their shows here.
Polish guy, Conrad Novakovski, the name of the guy who will be fighting on the undercard on December 1st. What can you tell us about this fighter?
Conrad is he's a B-side on this fight. It was an opponent Manuel and his trainer took. Conrad is a guy from Poland who fought in the heavyweight division and lost his first fight a few years ago, 2 years ago. And he's always been reaching out. He wants to stay active. He wanted to, have a fight where he could, I guess show that there's still something left in him. And there was an opportunity where it came up, and he took it with no hesitation. And I think he's gonna give it his all. And it's gonna be definitely one of the best fights of the night. So I can't wait to see it.
Łukasz, thanks a lot for a great conversation. Good luck on December 1st. I appreciate it, and see you in a couple of weeks in endless summer state, Florida.
Yeah, we'll see you guys there. There's still a chance availability to get tickets on Ticketmaster for the fight. We'll definitely be there a few days early if you guys want to stop by and say hello to Damian or the team. Looking forward to and catch us on live. So looking forward to next 2 weeks. Is going to be a good night of boxing.
Yeah, we will mention about it in the comments, so check it out. Łukasz, thanks once again, and see you.
All right, see you guys. Thank you, Michał, again for taking your time with us.
Thanks.